I don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
Mic on. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday and welcome to the morning show. My name is George Santritos. You can find my stuff over at justusdads.ca. There's also another podcast that is a little bit on hold right now called the Backstage Podcast, but you can check it out if you'd like to as well. Nobody else is
on
here, guys.
hiatus.
There's an empty chair in front of me. Still don't know what's going to happen, if anyone's going to walk in, but I'm here with your man, Poseidon. You can check out at...
Whoa, I am nobody's man.
You're a man, hopefully. The Poseidon69 on all platforms. And you can follow Pantelis, Panteliscomedy.com. And you can get exclusive stuff on his Patreon page. So it's patreon.com/Pantelis.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about the tickets, man, where people need to be this summer. It's only in about 2 weeks. So
Motherfucking panteliscomedy.com. Click on dates. You'll see available his hour in French on the 21st and the 23rd of July. Buy tickets while they're still available. I don't know if they're sold out, but go fucking check anyways. And on the 28th of July, he has Les Rebelles, which is the French Nasty Show. Go, once again, panteliscomedy.com, click on dates. Very simple, very straightforward. If you fuck it up, you are a fucking retard, basically.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Whatever that is. Okay.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Plenty of stuff happening this summer, guys, that you should head on over to check out. This is huge. I mean, this is obviously the Just for Laughs and the Juste pour Rire Festival, one of the biggest comedy festivals in the world. And Pantelis is right smack in the middle of all that stuff.
Yay.
So super proud of our boy. And you guys should support. I've been looking at you since I walked in here, and your little thing under your eye is still
George.
there. I thought...
Yeah, of course,
why
yeah.
did it leave you? What the fuck is that? Have you had that checked?
Yeah, I'm going on the 26th.
Yeah, it's like you got a peanut stuck under your eyelid.
Yeah, I think because I bamboozled my eye. Also, balabanos.com.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't mention
Phil.
balabanos.com.
Sorry, Phil. Phil isn't here. We're so used to him being here every morning. Balabanos.com if you need any videos. He's been working with some restaurateurs, some new ones and some older ones, some newer concept and some well-known concepts. Yeah, you can check him out, and he puts up a lot of fun videos on his Instagrammers, so you can go check that out.
Exactly.
Yeah, what were you saying about your eye?
So basically,
Any minute now.
One night I had a fucking, what do you call those fucking things, bro?
Is it pink eye? Did
No,
you jizz on your pillow and then sleep on it?
No, bro. You know what are these called? What are these
They're
called?
called eyelashes.
Eyelashes. There you go. That's a fucking word I was looking for because I'm retarded. It was in my eye, and I couldn't get it out.
Yeah, but that doesn't cause that shit,
Oh,
man.
hold on, bro. I shoved my whole finger under my fucking eyelid.
Why would you do
So
that?
to get it out, bro. So I must have scratched or
Dude, a
something.
little
Like
water,
I
man.
got
a little
irritated.
water
I
and
threw,
you move your eyeball around?
bro. I threw water, spit, you name it, bro. No, not spit. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a joke. I threw water. Yes, I think that's what caused that. Now I went to the
pharmacy?
My doctor sent me.
Yeah?
He goes, you have to go see a dermatologist for that. You have no choice, even if it's on the eye.
I think it's a pimple, bro. Like it's like an internal pimple, like under your eyelid.
Well, it's quite possible. Yes.
They're gonna pop that shit right out.
Face, you monster. Hold on, Sodom. You can go literally watch any other podcast and you can see my face.
Show us
You
your face,
fucking
you monster.
Donkey. So yeah, so I think that's what happened. So I made an appointment with a dermatologist on the 26th of July, which means that I'm gonna have this fucking thing for the.
Try some chamomile compress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that, and I'm very pissed off. I'm going once I get to the dermatologist, once I see the doctor, I'm going to complain about the receptionist.
The camera's fucking off angle.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
You're not on that camera, anyways. You're on this one.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to complain to the doctor.
To the dermatologist?
To the dermatologist.
About his availability?
No, about the receptionist. I walked in there, bro, and this fucking dumb bitch of a receptionist. Okay, I walk in and she's talking on the phone, and guess what she's talking on the phone for?
How do you know who she's talking on the phone with?
I don't know who she's talking to,
Okay.
but she's talking probably to one of her girlfriends because she was like, "Oh, girl." Oh,
Who talks like that,
I was on a date and he was handsome, and she was talking about basically going on a date.
Yeah, okay.
This fucking. Anyways,
Maybe she's on her break.
no, then go on your break elsewhere, bro. Don't sit behind the
But
desk.
you can't because you need someone at the reception.
So she's not on break.
Well, she's kind of on break and
Not
at
really.
the reception.
So then I'm standing there. So she makes me wait while she's talking about her date on the phone.
She didn't have that window that she's.
No.
Yeah.
So then it was a desk, and then she sees my frustration, and she goes, hold on, sweetie, hold on." And she kept the phone on her fucking shoulder, and she goes, yeah. Well, what's it for? Yeah. I'm like, I need to make an appointment. Oh, I only have yeah. Oh, okay. You're done. And yeah, so she went back to talking about her fucking dumb bitch date.
But did you get an appointment?
Yeah.
So
I
what's
did.
the problem? Because she didn't give you 100% full attention. You went in there,
Bro.
you wait a couple minutes, probably not even a couple seconds. Excuse me. Yeah, it's for an appointment. Yeah, I got you.
No,
You got your
no,
appointment, you left.
I don't know how to describe this situation.
You're more upset about the attitude of the employee that wasn't taking her job, quote unquote, seriously while on the job, which is definitely something that I'm sure you can relate to. Yeah, hold on, bro. Fucking playing Candy Crush. What card do you want? Yeah, hold on, bro. Hold on a second.
No, I never.
I'm
did
on a roll
that.
here.
I never did that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I never did that. I never once did that.
It feels like, well, you're much younger, but for us older gentlemen,
Well, she was an older lady. She was like late 30s.
okay, that's not old, bro. Fucking, she's old, bro, in her 30s. No, we've discussed this so many times with my buddies and even on the podcast. It seems as though the work ethic is changing so much. And I think a lot of employers today are getting special training on how to deal with the new wave of younger employees coming into the workforce. It's a different mentality, man. You got to learn instead of just managing your business and managing your affairs. You need to also learn how to manage specifically that age group that is
I'm gonna come sit
coming
with
in.
you.
Yeah, come and sit. He's out. Pantelis, he's not coming in.
He's gonna be in.
Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah,
I
come
don't know
here.
where he's at.
Sure, bro. Come in front of me. It's move my camera a bit, bro. I'm too much on the. Please hold, ladies and gentlemen, while we there. That's pretty much better. Yeah, so they're getting trained now on how to deal with this new wave of employees.
Yeah, hold on. I just want to open up the live chat at the same time because the whole point is we do interact with the live chat.
Yeah, let's
as well.
interact with the chat. And,
let's see what's happening in the live chat. Am I muted? I wonder if people can hear me. No, I'm not muted. Never mind.
Go check, quick.
Put on your headphones. You'll be able to tell me as well.
Talking to the mic? It's all good.
All right,
It's
who
all
we got
good.
to chat? We got Jorge. We got I know Pantelis to put a stop to the nonsense. Suspicious Poseidon. Phil probably got COVID once again. No, he's out helping his children or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
his younger daughter is she's had some fever there for a couple
What
days.
a piece of shit getting fevers, bro. Who does this kid think she is?
Bro, wait until you have kids.
It's a joke.
Wait
I
until
had
you
all
have
kinds of
kids,
fevers too when I was a kid.
Bro, you got shit under your eyelids, bro. I don't know. We don't know about that. Let's get to the news
Yes.
very quickly.
Something crazy happened.
Yeah, you tell me.
The president of Japan.
It's the prime minister, the former.
sorry,
former,
the prime minister.
And it's
yes.
not a laughing matter. The former prime minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, one of the longest-serving prime ministers of Japan, was assassinated. Late last night, I was looking at things that I can bring up there on the show, and I think he had just gotten shot, and the news had just come out, and it was still pending. Nobody knew. They had rushed him to the hospital. And there's a video that was released. And this is so chilling. And I was telling Poseidon right before we went live.
Sorry to cut you off. But I wanted to say this earlier, but I wasn't sure if I said shit. King Nasty said it. He goes, after years of abuse from the employer, now we have the choice of where to go. So now the one that didn't care about their employees are scratching their head. Haha. So here's the thing. So a lot of employers in the past, and I have been subjected to this, have been very, very abusive to employees.
That's true. But I mean, we can't generalize that to think that all employers.
No, we never said
depending on where. Look,
but
I remember. I remember working in crazy, like especially the restaurants back in the day. Bro, dude, your boss didn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
The yelling, the screaming, but we just
took
it.
Restaurants. That's a different story. We came up differently. I'm talking about like retarded shit. The one like getting fucked over. Like I had an employer once. Like he'd cut me an hour of work, so basically $10. I was getting paid $10 under the table, because I forgot to empty out the mop water.
Learn, bro.
No, bro, but that's abusive.
It is. It's abusive.
Just because I forgot to mop, bro. Bro, like it takes 8 seconds, bro.
There's a lot of
dump it out on the street, bro. Park extension.
Look, there's a lot of asshole employers, and just for anyone listening, you don't have to take their shit if you don't want to.
Yeah. And now,
but there's always a flip side of the coin, right? I mean, there's always like I'm an employer now, and it just seems like with anything, there's always excuses, and my nail, I can't come in, or you know what I mean. So there's things on either side, no matter how you look at it. Yes, there's horrible employers and there's horrible employees. I was just saying, who was it that said that? Who commented on that, man?
It was King Nasty.
King Nasty.
I'm just saying he makes an excellent point. I was just
saying that there's a lot of buddies of mine that are working, that are managing teams and all that stuff, and they're being sent to trainings on how to deal with this new generation, because and it's not a bad thing. It could be a good thing, because the new wave of employees coming in, they're coming in with different knowledge or different ways of doing things that the older generation probably has no clue about. But at the same time, there's a different kind of work ethic, different vision. Things have changed, and it's normal. I mean, I'm not saying that change is bad, but maybe it's a good thing that these upper echelon employers are getting trained, because back in the day there was no training. You came in and you didn't fit in, you'd get yelled at. Well, now it's probably different. They're getting the right training to deal with the new reality that the workplace is faced with.
What I used to do is literally I would walk in 3 months, I'd shut my mouth. But then once the 3 months were done, especially unionized work, I'd fucking yell at everyone. I tell everyone to go fuck their mothers, bro. Is that standard?
Is it 3 months and then you're unionized?
Yeah, I tell everyone to fuck their mothers, bro. But one time...
I hate unions.
One time, bro.
I don't like unions.
One time, so what happened, this was about 6 months into the job at a car rental place. What happened was the guy, the manager fucked up. We didn't have enough cars for the night. So we got a bunch of people at night.
With no cars,
with reservations. So they go, yo, we're here for a car, and we couldn't give them fucking cars. So an older employee that was there, he's like, fuck it, send them all by taxi. He tells me, I go, are you sure? He goes, yeah, send them all by taxi. It was like, bro, 20 clients, bro, a lot of people, and we'll refund in the morning. Bro, I send everyone by cab. I'll like, take a cab, come back tomorrow, get your car, you'll get refunded.
Yeah.
So the same manager was working at night. Had to deal with that in the morning. I come back in the afternoon because I work night shift. I come back, and 2 managers, they go,
fuck did you do?
We need to talk to you. Come here. And they do
the finger comes out.
And me, when you do this to me,
he gets excited.
Nah.
So the manager's like, Poseidon, come here, and he's dropping his pants.
Yeah.
It's my turn again.
I like it. So I walk into the office. I go, what's up? And they both go, what happened last night? I go, well, this, and this. I go, he goes, oh, okay. And then he goes, one of the other managers, he goes, the racist one. I'm not gonna go into details. He goes, sign here. I go, why? He goes, just sign here. I go, I'm not signing anything until you tell me what it is.
Yeah.
He goes, it's a written warning. I go, for what? He goes, oh, because you sent people yesterday by taxi and at 2 a.m. and you didn't call anyone to notify me. I was 6 months into, I didn't know any, and I go, I'm not signing that shit. And he goes, what do you mean you're not signing this? I go, bro, who was working last night? And it was him that was working last night. I go, who was working last night decided to leave early and not take care of having enough cars for the clients? I go, bro, fuck you, I ain't signing shit. Fuck out of my face. Like that. I started yelling, bro. And the other man, I go, whoa. I go, I don't give a fuck. I'll yell if I want to, bro. I'm not signing shit, bro. Fuck out of here with your paper bullshit, bro. Like that. And I went full like hardcore. And ever since that day, that guy hated me.
Yeah, it still went in the file. I remember once I got a warning, and I didn't sign it.
No, I didn't because
But it still
I
went in the
spoke.
file.
No, I spoke to after I spoke to like another manager and he spoke to the upper managers. I'm like, nah, that's ridiculous. It was not my responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not my responsibility.
Something like that. Well, it wasn't anything like that. But like with respect to the written warning, I remember I was working back. I was working at Bell back in the day, and they were trying to switch things around. They were bringing so many contractual workers into the onto the floor and all that stuff, and everyone felt that they were kind of squeezing out the permanents. And I was still in school, and they decided that okay, we're going to change the policy in terms of scheduling. We're going to give you the availabilities that we have, and you're going to have to come and work in those windows. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It can't work like that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what if your window, I'm in school or whatever, you know, like it can't work like this. They're like, no, this is how it is, you know? I'm like, fuck that shit. So they remake the schedule and they create a window and they're like, so you're scheduled. And I'm like, I have school, so I'm not going to be there. They're like, well, you have to be there. And I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. So
Were
I
you
knew
part-time?
Yeah, it was a part-time. Yeah.
Oh, that always pisses me off, bro.
So, yeah, because I was full-time in school. So I just didn't show up to work. I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to, what are you talking about? You can't just schedule me at a time when, you know, I'm working.
Yeah.
So I didn't show up. And the next day when I went to work, they're like, okay, come and see us in the office. You missed a day. I'm like, I missed the day because you decided, and it wasn't heated like in your case, but they're like, look, whether you sign or not, we're still going to put it on your file. I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want. But it's crazy,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird behavior. Like, fuck you. Fuck your school. What do you mean, bro? I'm studying, so I don't have to work for your shitty ass company.
Yeah, I think it was just a way for them to kind of, you know, get rid of all the older people that were there. Anyway, back to Japan. There's an election campaign happening.
I see what you mean. Yeah, they do stuff like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They pressure you.
yeah.
They're like, okay, but look,
They'll give you like Telus did the same thing to me. Like,
I mean, look, I didn't run after it. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, it's over. I could have looked into it, but I didn't want to be, you know, that kind of pain in the ass. But I'm sure that in terms of, you know, working conditions or some sort of rights that we had or whatever, that cannot be that cannot be right. You know what I mean? You're gonna work on Monday because I said so, dude. I can't. Well, that's it. It's that or nothing.
yeah, but you gotta go complain to the Le Norme du Travail, and then it takes forever, and then you're wasting your time, and then so you're like I remember Telus did that to me. Telus, because what happened was we had like very high commissions when I first started working there. Like I would make very good money, bro.
Yeah.
We're talking for a 19-year-old, like
Yeah.
so much money where I was like, I'm not continuing school. Fuck this, you know.
Staying at Telus forever.
Yeah, fuck out of here. So throughout the years, it would by the third year, bro, they had halved our commission.
Yeah.
And like, no, you can still make money by giving lessons to old people how to use a smartphone. It was $10. I'm like, so I would get angry. I go, fuck you, bro. I'm not doing these lessons, bro. They're $10. What do you think I am,
So
bro?
wait, hold
Teacher?
on. A client would walk in. You're like, look, if you want lessons, we can charge $10.
No. It was free, but you
Okay.
would make $10.
So how?
Great business plan, bro. Tell us, fucking hippies.
How would they know if you're giving a lesson?
You have to write it down.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I would fucking do that. Any client that comes in, I will show him a phone. I was giving him a lesson.
No, it was an hour of your time, and then you miss out on $50 commission over a sale.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do those fucking lessons. I'm like, fuck you, bro. Business-wise, it doesn't make sense. Fuck off, bro.
Well, it makes sense for them. It didn't make sense for you.
No, it doesn't. Even for them, it doesn't make sense.
Well, yeah, they're paying
They're
less
going
money.
to pay
Yeah.
$10 for something that they gave out for free. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
They're not making any money
Yeah.
off of it.
Okay.
And they're wasting precious time to make new sales time that Rogers and Bell is going to take. Well, anyways, they're all in cahoots, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they're going to take to make sales. So no wonder a few years ago. Anyways, so they were looking. So I was one of the people that were vocal about it, that was complaining like, bro, what is this bullshit? You guys are lowering our commission, blah, 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 etc. So they slowly phased me out by giving me warnings. I refused to teach those classes. They gave me a warning for that. I was late here and there. Gave me warnings for that. Warnings here, warnings there.
Dude, how many warnings did you get? What the fuck?
A lot, but for random shit. They by the end, my last warning,
They were just accumulating enough justifiable reasons to get you out.
it wasn't even justifiable though. It wasn't
Sure, because they have warnings. Like, oh, look, man.
Yeah, but
you did this, this,
to
that.
them it's justifiable, but it wasn't real. Like I didn't fucking stroll into work 3 hours late. You know what I mean?
Well, you
Like,
just said you got late. You were late a couple
yeah,
times.
we're talking about like 2 minutes late.
Yeah, you're late.
And
Fuck
we're
that.
talking about not even 2 minutes late for the store to open. We're talking about 2 minutes late, like me being there like at 9:30. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Before the store opens. Anyways, so
Anyway, back to Japan. Who
that
cares
was
about fucking
that
Pantelis?
was Bell, Jorge. Yeah, okay. I'm
So, yeah,
sorry. Let's
so,
go to. I'm sorry. I turned this into in bed. Let's go to Japan.
Yeah, so there's a campaign, and the former prime minister came out to campaign. It was one of those political rallies, campaign rallies, and he was shot. And so last night, like what I was saying, last night I was looking through the news to see what we can bring up to the show, and it had just happened, and we were on standby. So this morning I checked it out again, and yeah, he passed away.
You mean he was assassinated?
He was assassinated, and there's a video circulating that captures the moment.
Nah.
Yeah. And this is what I was telling you right before we went live. It's so chilling because obviously it's not the first time it happens. Probably won't be the last, unfortunately. But it's one thing to read that a political leader has been assassinated, and a completely different thing to actually see footage of it. Right? I mean, it's chilling. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. Like I remember, I watched the guy that committed suicide, the politician, live on air.
no, I haven't seen that.
This was
Which
back
politician?
I think this was back in the 80s. He shot himself in the head and he's bleeding.
No
all over.
way.
Yeah. We covered it on the intellectuals.
He shot himself.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he died or he missed his.
No, he shot himself in the head
Yeah.
and
died.
And he bamboozled himself basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen. I can't remember where it was. It was. I don't know if it was in Russia or in one of those Eastern European countries. There was a politician giving a speech, and a guy. I guess he was in a security detail because he had all the security. But like I guess it was fixed for him to go assassinate him. He climbed up on stage, and there's a video of this, and literally the distance is like probably a meter,
God damn.
and then the gun straight to the head, and the gun just blocks.
Oh, I've seen this.
Think how lucky that guy was.
I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah,
This
like
was,
like your life flashes before you.
it was
Like
an
you're
Arabic
like, oh.
country.
No, it wasn't. I think it was in Russia or in one of those East European countries.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah.
It was crazy.
What do you think Arabic?
I don't know why you think Arabic. Anyway,
Anyways.
there was that, but there was another one where I think it was an ambassador. I can't remember. It was like an art exhibition, and they had invited him to inaugurate it or something like that. I can't remember. And this was horrible. Like the guy, there's a gunman that walked in, and there's full of photographers in there and everything. And this was really, really captured and documented. And there were the pictures that circulated afterwards. He shot the I think it was a diplomat. He shot him. The guy's bleeding on the floor, and then the guy decided to give a speech to everyone. Like everyone was freaking out. So there's pictures circulating of this guy just addressing the crowd, and the guy like dead behind him. Anyway, this is
God
sad.
damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sad news for Japan. I don't know much of the politics in Japan, but from the little that I followed during the time that he was in power, he seemed like a very charismatic politician. A politician that has been, in general, accredited to opening up Japan to the world. Like it took a really prominent role on the international
So a
stage.
racist assassanated him. A racist Japanese man assassinated
Was
his
it?
prime minister.
I don't know. Are you watching something that? No, but the
I'm
footage.
looking at the live chat at the same time.
Oh, yeah, well, whatever. I don't know what it was, but the footage that circulated, the gun or the weapon that was used was kind of designed as a lens. Like I think the guy probably wanted people to think that it's a camera or a photographer. Or whatever.
yeah.
There's an image circulating, and it's like all taped around. It's like a huge cylinder.
God damn.
So he kind of he hid the gun there. Crazy stuff. So there you have it for Japan. Sad day over
God
there.
damn. Yeah, that's wild shit, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of deaths, you're not a big movie guy, are you? And like,
I'm a very big movie guy.
the older movies. Have you watched The Godfather?
The first one, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Remember the old son,
Yeah.
Sonny?
Yeah.
He played the father in
Doesn't
Elf.
he get assassinated in
Yeah, he gets
the
killed.
second one?
No, it's in the first one.
Oh,
He
it's
dies.
in the first one,
Yeah. So that guy, James Caan, he also died yesterday.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So sad news for the movie industry.
R.I.P.
He was such a cool guy. This guy apparently was a fucking big.
It's James Caan.
James Caan.
Not James Cannot.
So sorry. So fucking sorry. Apparently, this guy, from what I've heard and from what I've read, he had like a permanent room at the Playboy Mansion. This guy, he was always there. He was fucking banging all sorts. Well-known player.
James Caan just turned it to James Cannot.
You know, his son was fucking just trying to cover up his audio as much as possible by talking over him. His son was in the Ocean's 11 series. You know that series of movies there with what's his face, George Clooney.
Yeah, it was Ocean's 8, Ocean's 11, and Ocean's 12.
Why would they skip from 8 to 11?
Oh, because
Wasn't the first one Ocean's
was-
11? Ocean's 10? Ocean's 8?
I think it was Ocean's 8.
Guys, check it out. Whoever's in the chat, or I don't know.
Hold on. You keep talking. I'm gonna.
Anyways, his son was one of those two guys. You know the two brothers there that they're up to trouble and they're always fighting amongst each other and they're always bugging each other. So his son was one of those two guys.
Oh, Ocean's 8 is the new one.
With the women that they redid
Yeah.
it. Is that any good? Have you seen that?
No, and I refuse.
I don't know. I don't know what's up with this trend to remake movies.
Okay, so it was Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, and Ocean's 13.
I knew something was wrong when you went from 8 to 11 to 12. I'm like, whoa, what happened in between? Fuck.
Well, no, Ocean's 11 is just the amount of group members they had. That's what the 11 stands for.
Yeah, but you would think it would follow. Like they're not gonna go add 3 or 4 new ones and skip
Why
from
not?
8 to
It
12.
no, it all depends on the job.
No, man. Anyway, yeah, those movies that they take the like older movies and they remake
Then hold on,
them
why
with
did
a
we go
woman
from
crew.
Ocean's 13 to Ocean's 8?
It's a complete restart. It's a whole new thing.
No, it's not a restart.
Yeah, the Ocean's 8 I think was the one they remade, but with the same concept, but with women. I think Sandra Bullock is in it, and a bunch of yeah.
Why can't they have their own thing? Why they gotta?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And they also, I think, was it Ghostbusters that they redid with women a couple years ago?
Nah.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know how good that is or how bad it is. I'm gonna take this out. These headphones suck, by the way. No offense. I mean, I'm grateful they're here, but it sounds very muffled.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they got off on that trend. I don't know if it's still around, if they're still doing that, or if there's still plans on movies to be redone with women. But yeah, I don't know. I find it strange. I mean, like I agree with you. Just do a whole other movie, man.
Just do a women. Just do a movie. Why does it have to take an existing franchise and be like, now look, that same franchise you love, but worse?
You don't know if it's gonna be worse. It's just it's unoriginal. That's what it is.
Just I don't know. Like there's movies about women that pull heists. Apparently those movies were fun. Like I enjoyed a movie when I was younger. What's that movie there with? It's not that good, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. What's that black actress there? She was driving basically a taxi, and her taxi would transform, and it would turn into like this crazy sports car, and she'd drive clients around and shit, like important clients.
This is a movie
This is
or a
movie,
cartoon.
yeah. No, it's a movie. It's a movie.
No idea what you're talking
I
about.
forgot the name of the movie, bro, but I enjoyed it. It was, it was a female lead.
Fuck are you talking about, man? Okay, never seen it.
Or like Underworld, bro. Underworld has a female lead.
Never heard.
Underworld. Oh my god, bro. I love that series.
What is that? It's like vampires and shit.
Vampires and werewolves, bro.
Oh yeah,
Bro.
It was a series.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. There was
Wait, there were movies or was it a series, like a televised series?
Queen Latifah.
Are you talking about Taxi?
Yeah.
She doesn't drive. She drives in. It's the new one they made with Jimmy Fallon, I think. No,
Yeah.
oh my god, that was a horrible movie. I was like, you like that movie?
I
They
enjoyed
redid it. It's I think it's a French movie. That Taxi. It's a French thing, and they made it
Oh,
like
really? It's a French one.
yeah, they redid it
I didn't know
like
that.
an American concept of yeah. It's a big franchise, that Taxi in France.
But dude, Underworld, here's what pisses me off. They don't talk about movies with strong female leads that were originally intended for that. Underworld, bro, it has a very powerful, strong female lead.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about that. She's a badass, bro. She's out there killing vampires and werewolves, bro.
Yeah. Who's
She's
the
just
actress?
doing whatever the fuck. Huh?
Who's the actress?
Oh, some blue-eyed lady, very hot.
Blue-eyed lady.
Underworld 1 is the only good one. Listen, Julien, if I was on my computer right now, I'd throw you in the gulag. How dare you?
What do you say?
He says Underworld 1 is the only one that was good.
But you're talking about Underworld 1 and 2. Like, are these movies or they're series?
It's movies.
Okay, I asked you 3 times. You said series, and then you're saying
It's a film series, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Kate Beckinsale.
yeah, there you go.
She's good.
Oh,
Kate,
3.
we love
Look,
Kate
it was
Beckinsale.
Underworld Evolution, Underworld Rise of the Lycans, Underworld Endless War.
But she,
oh no, that was a
yeah,
cartoon.
no,
Then there was
she's
Awakening.
badass, man. Kate Beckinsale is
Yeah.
she's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like nobody wants to talk about movies that already have strong female leads. Like,
You know which movie
And
I
like-
enjoyed with a female lead, like in an action thing? Who's the one with she's a black girl, Colombiana, I think it's called.
oh yeah.
She avenges her family's murder or whatever. This Pete Davidson, man, like he's been with all the hot chicks. Julian writes, Kate Beckinsale was Pete Davidson's first.
You know, there's
girlfriend.
been a lot of movies. I don't know. Underworld is the first one that comes to mind, but I can't remember any other movies. Like, if in the chat, if you guys know of any movies with strong female leads,
There's a lot,
apart from
dude.
Resident Evil,
Are you talking about action movies?
Rosalie, just movies in
There's
general.
a lot of movies, man, with female leads.
you know,
Let's move on 2 seconds,
bro. The Matrix.
There's no. That's not a female lead. The lead is. It's what's his face. Speaking of
No, but
him,
like, there's a strong female role in there.
yeah, there is. Yeah, there is definitely. Keanu Reeves.
Except
Speaking
for
of
the
Keanu
last
Reeves,
one.
have you seen what the fuck is it called? Those movies, man. What are the latest films where he fucking kills everyone? John Wick.
Oh,
Have you seen those movies?
I love those movies.
I fucking love
I
them.
love them.
I
bro.
love them. It's so stupid, but it's so amazing at the same time. So good, so good. I think they're making a 4th one.
Of course they are.
I think so. I don't know if anyone.
Oh
in the
yeah,
chat-
they're gonna keep milking that franchise, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do it too much. Because at some point you gotta stop.
They're going to do it.
Like I hope it
until-
doesn't become like that fucking Fast
Well,
and the Furious bullshit, man. Well,
they're
every
gonna-
every
they're
2
going
years
to-
there's a new
They're
one.
going to do it as long as it takes money. You know what I think is gonna happen? I think it's gonna turn into like a James Bond type of situation.
But isn't John Wick like based on a comic book or something like that?
I have no idea. But I think you because eventually Keanu Reeves is gonna become too old for this shit. So I think eventually how the story is gonna go, I'm foreseeing this, is about at about the 5th or the 6th one, Keanu Reeves is going to be too old, and he's eventually going to get a.
He's gonna run the hotel.
No, he's gonna get a. He's gonna get a what do you call apprentice? He's gonna get an apprentice. He's gonna teach him everything, and he's gonna continue like that, kind of like the James Bond movies.
That's crap.
The mantle of 007, you know.
What's gonna happen, by the
It's
way,
gonna
with
be the
007? What's gonna happen with James Bond after that last one, which I hated the ending, and I don't want to ruin it for everyone.
I didn't watch the ending. I watched it.
It was a good movie, but it's like, oh come on, you can't just fucking end it like that.
Tomb Raider, bro. Strong female lead. We're talking about the video games though. You know.
Tomb Raider, come on, man. Anyway, let's go back to the news, guys.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
The James Bond. I heard something that they were looking into like making another James Bond franchise with a woman lead, like with a woman spy.
Well, that pisses me off. But then it's not 007. It's
Yeah,
not, it's
yeah.
no longer-
See,
can't be
I'm not
James Bond.
sure. I'm not sure if it was going to be like another spy or if they were going to replace 007. Like if it was going to be like a 007
But then it's
woman.
no longer James Bond.
You know, yeah, it will be Jamie Bond.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's stupid. Like when they do shit like that,
Yeah.
it pisses me off. And I have nothing against it. Do a woman one, make a nice fucking kick-ass movie with a woman lead, no problem. But it can't be James Bond. Like she can't be James Bond.
Yeah, of course not.
Like James Bond is James
people-
Bond.
Yeah, exactly. People have been complaining. You know, because they want to. Because the whole reason for this is they want to be like, because it was only white men, and then now they want somebody like.
Weren't they talking like before they made the last James Bond movie? Because there was some issues there with his contract. Finally, he got it. Like they negotiated, and he got the last James Bond. But before that whole thing happened, they were talking about. I heard rumors about Idris Elba being cast as James Bond.
Jane Bond, they would call her.
That was it, Jane.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. It could have been 0069, bro.
Oh yeah, see, Big Joe says Idris Elba should have been next James Bond.
Yeah, but there's one issue also with. I agree. I think Idris Elba would make a fucking amazing 007, phenomenal 007. There's just one issue.
Yeah.
A lot of the villains in the James Bond universe are Russians.
And
If he has to go to Russia, he cannot blend in. And the whole point of a spy is to be able to blend in. But it's true, bro. Hold on. I'm not trying to be funny.
so they'll find something. They'll find African bad guys. I don't know, like African
I
villains,
know, but-
where he can blend in perfectly in Africa.
Yeah,
What are you
obviously.
talking about? Bro? There's no black guys in Africa in Russia.
In Russia?
Yeah.
No, not that many, bro.
What are you talking about?
Eastern Europe, bro. It's a primarily white.
No, I'm sure there's black people living in.
Yeah, but not a lot, bro.
I don't know.
Or
Not-
like I don't know, Asia or
I
something.
don't have the
Bro,
facts.
Asia,
so-
everyone's gonna want to take pictures with him.
Yeah, that's true.
But imagine you're an agent, a secret agent. Actually, you know what? That would be kind
That
of
would be
funny.
good. 'Cause like,
Actually,
oh,
you know
there's
what?
a celebrity here. They wouldn't think you're a spy.
You know what? That would be very funny. They should include that.
They
in the movie.
had there were talks. That I also heard about the other guy there. What's his name? Have you seen The Gentleman, the new Guy Ritchie movie?
Huh?
I've seen the Gentleman, the new Guy Ritchie movie.
No.
What's his name,
Oh
man?
yes,
That,
I saw with Matthew Mahogany.
Matthew Spruce, bro. Yeah, not Mahogany. Spruce, yeah. Mahogany. Mahogany is a type of wood, bro. Matthew McConaughey. Matthew Mahogany, bro. No,
I
fucking
love
Matthew
that
Rosewood.
movie. I really enjoyed that movie.
So the guy that plays the aide there, the little guy that knows everything and he's sent everywhere. I don't know what his name is. He has the glasses in that movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he was in Sons of Anarchy.
Is
He
that
was-
him?
Yeah. He did. He was in Arthur as well. He's very good. He would.
What's
make
his
a
name,
good,
guys? Whoever. Yeah, I had heard that maybe he'd be lining
he'd
up.
make a good
Tom
James Bond.
Tom
also.
Egerton? No, not Tom Egerton. Is it Tom Egerton?
I would.
I thought Tom Egerton was that guy that did that played what's his name?
Bro, you know what? Hold on. We're avoiding. I think an actor that would be a supreme James Bond, bro, and we're avoiding it. Christian,
Matthew Mahogany.
no, Christian Bale.
I had
Hold
read,
on, bro.
I had read.
Christian Bale
I'll
would
tell you-
make
I'll
a phenomenal James
I'll
Bond.
tell you something. He would. I had read somewhere that traditionally the Bond characters were selected based on the fact that the actors weren't that very well known or commercialized. I had read that somewhere. I don't know how true it is, but apparently most of the Bond actors weren't really established like
Well, no, that's not
internationally.
true.
Well, Daniel Craig, did you know about him before he became
Yeah,
James
Daniel
Bond?
Craig, but the actors prior were
Pierce Brosnan wasn't very much known, you know. I don't know about the older ones, but so I had read that somewhere. I don't know how.
Matthew Monogamy.
Matthew Monogamy. What's wrong with you, bro?
No, Jess wrote that in the chat. That's funny.
Oh, is that what you wrote?
Yeah.
Monogamy?
Jess is a man, by the way.
Oh, sorry, Jess. I always thought you were a girl.
That's very offensive, George.
I'm sorry, man. Matthew Monogamy. They were known in England. Yeah, maybe they were known in England. Charlie Hunnam. That's the name.
Christian Bale get too deep in the acting, the guy's gonna start killing people for real. Yeah.
I love the James Bond movies. Honestly, recently I can't remember who I was talking to. They were telling me that the James Bond movies suck, and I'm like, well, how do you hate James Bond movies, man?
Yeah, but they're like the Fast and Furious franchise.
No, that sucks. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with James Bond. James Bond is nice, bro. Fucking classy, man. Just fucking
Yeah,
killing
of course.
people.
Me, I love the scene. I love the scene in the beginning where he's drifting the car and he's just shooting people.
Yeah. There's a lot of that
was
shit.
fun, yeah.
Can you believe I've never seen any Fast and Furious movies?
Huh?
Is that a crime? I haven't seen any Fast
you
and Furious.
serious?
Yeah, no.
Look, they're okay. If you're,
I really don't give
if
a
you're
shit about
going,
them.
if you're walking into Fast and Furious,
I'm not big
movie,
into cars either to begin with.
If
So
you're walking into Fast and Furious movie and you're expecting like peak cinematography,
yeah, like Oscar quality,
look,
Oscar-worthy movies.
you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
you're going there just to, I don't know, a good time, watch an action movie, have fun, enjoy, just enjoy a movie for its action and
Yeah, for the
and
bullshit.
and ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have fun.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
very great movies.
Okay. All right. Maybe also. How many are there? Like 15 of them now? How many is there?
83.
No, seriously.
Okay, I don't know, like 15. I lost count.
Didn't
bro.
they branch out at some point? Did those Asian ones? Like Asian.
Oh, that was
Asian-
one. That was one. That was
just
Tokyo
one.
Drift. Yeah.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, that was one. That was when the story made sense. Somewhat.
Okay.
Like there was actual that we're actually putting effort in the story. Not
Oh,
they
yeah.
weren't just throwing.
But there's only one that happened there, like kind of
Yeah,
sideline.
Tokyo Drift. Yeah, it was the brother, I think, or some shit. I don't remember exactly. It was a muscle car. It was an American in Japan.
Whatever.
And shit.
Let's go back to the news for a second. And this is a message to all those idiots out there. I hope they don't watch this fucking show, to be honest with you. But if you do happen to watch this show and you're an idiot, here's a message for you. If you want to act stupid...
Oh, pause.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy, bro. Tom Hardy would make a phenomenal James Bond.
Yeah. So back to the thing. If you want to act stupid, just stay home and do stupid things and put them online. Don't walk into a metro with 5-6 of your buddies and pepper spray a fucking homeless person.
Where was this?
Okay, this is not funny, guys. You
Where
know?
was this?
This is in Montreal. It happened end of June, the 30th of June, and the news just was released that there's a group of 6 guys.
Well, maybe the homeless man was hungry.
No, man. These are 6 idiots that walked into the metro in a cart. Like the metro was moving, and there was a homeless man probably in a corner sitting, minding his own
Was he
business, probably
masturbating?
sleeping. No, man. And they filmed each other. What's it called? Spraying this guy, pepper spraying him.
Why though?
Because they're stupid. That's what I'm saying. Don't be fucking stupid and don't do stupid things like this, man. Like, don't bug the homeless people.
The Hamlet?
Yeah, the Hamlet. I think they've gone through enough and they're going through enough as it is. They don't need a bunch of idiots trying to fucking harass them. And apparently, from the article that I read, they missed completely. What do you mean? They didn't. They tried to pepper spray, but because they're FaceTiming themselves or whatever, I don't know. They missed completely, and they got another lady that was sitting nearby, and that's how the story came out because she complained. They called the cops. The paramedics were rushed to the scene, and those 6 idiots kind of ran off. Message of the day, guys: don't be stupid, man. I don't understand what that brings you. Like, what does it do for you, man? Like, what kind of satisfaction can someone like this
Teenagers, bro.
bring you? Like, how
Teenagers
dumb how dumb are you? How dumb are you?
Didn't you do dumb shit as a teenager?
We did a lot of dumb shit, but we never bothered anyone. We did dumb shit amongst ourselves.
As a teenager, we used to literally throw food and objects out of the bus into people's windows.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
we never did shit
kids,
like that.
yeah.
I did that once in my life, and it was later when I was living in Greece. This was a complete accident, and I often remember this story. Every time I pass by in front of a bus stop, that story comes up. I was living in Greece, and you know how in Greece the garbages, they have the big, huge garbage cans, the dumpsters on the corners, and you just go and dump your garbage there. So I was in the car, and I was eating a banana. It was morning, so I had a banana.
How were you eating the banana?
It was like we normally eat it. Like I had to unpeel it, and then I was eating the banana.
Like how did you?
You show us how you eat a
Did
banana.
you take big bites?
No, I was eating a banana.
Or small bites?
Yeah, nibbles.
Nibbles?
Yeah.
Like a hamster?
Like a hamster.
Like a squirrel?
So
you nibbled. So you went. So you approach the banana to your mouth like this.
Yeah, show the people how
And
you
you go-
approach the
and you-
banana
and you
in your
go.
mouth.
And you go, oh,
Yeah.
yes, banana. You go,
And then someone waves
yes,
the finger.
good, yeah.
Come in. We'll be right there, sir. So yeah.
Sorry, you were eating a banana?
So I was eating the banana, and I had the banana peel, and it so happened that as I finished the banana, I was driving up to a corner, and I saw the bin. So I'm like, I bet I can fucking toss it and get it in the bin, right? Now the car's moving, the bin is there, and it's next to a bus stop. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm so sorry. So the window's open. I'm driving, and I'm turning, and I flip the banana out of the window. It goes right on the woman's face, like literally.
No!
Like the luck, the chances of that happening, man. Obviously I completely missed, but it was, I fucking threw it, and I saw the thing in slow motion, like the fucking banana. crack right out of the woman's face.
Did it make that sound too?
I don't know. I was driving. I kept driving. I should have stopped and apologized, but I'm like, fuck it. It was a busy
poor
street.
lady.
So, and every time I pass by a bus stop and I see people waiting, that story just comes up and I start laughing like an idiot by myself. And I just put myself in the woman's shoes.
What was this?
It's like 8 in the morning. This was in Athens. It's like 8 in the morning.
Oh my
you're
God.
probably not even fully awake yet. She probably didn't even see it coming. Right?
Poor lady was
Like,
just walking, bro.
There's hundreds of cars passing by. You know, she's just
Oh my
minding her
God.
business. And then the next thing you know, you get a banana right on your face. Jeez, I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, fuck. That's amazing.
All that to say, don't do mean things.
Yeah.
Especially not to the homeless. And we,
Yeah, seriously.
you know, we've had this conversation so many times with Pantelis on the show about all the efforts that people, you know, do to help out the homeless people to create situations like Mike Ward, where, you know, we want to create shelters for them. Their life isn't easy, man. You know, they took a wrong turn somewhere, and you know, it's a streak of bad luck. Whatever it is, they're there. It's their situation. Let them be. I don't understand the satisfaction of walking in and fucking pepper spraying. Like, why?
They're fucking retards, bro. That's
Fuck,
what it is.
man.
They're fucking like, oh, we're gonna have fun.
Let's film
It's American Psycho, basically.
ourselves.
What was I gonna say? But did you know it's not even like most people are one bad decision away from homelessness. Did you know that?
Where did you
On
read that?
average-
Yeah,
on
it feels like you
average-
read that somewhere.
On average, I think Pantelis told me, but I think he read it somewhere.
It's possible.
On average, people are one mediocre catastrophe in their life away from homelessness. Most people, it's just so the line
is very fine.
It's very fine. So if you see somebody homeless, you're like, oh fuck, like, you know, that was a normal person before. Normal, like he paid taxes, he worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
There was a situation back when I was
before we
working-
continue,
Yeah.
by the way, sorry, I just because we're talking about the strong female leads.
Yeah.
Eric Plante Panutier wrote in the chat strong female leads that we didn't mention: Alien and Terminator.
Yeah, Terminator.
The way he wrote it,
I
though, it
haven't seen
seems like
Alien.
he's having a stroke. You haven't seen Terminator?
No, of course, man. I haven't seen
Okay.
Alien.
How dare you? Very good. I enjoyed those movies a lot as well.
I'm sure Poseidon peed on a homeless guy's cup for change.
No. What I did once, I think I said it on the morning show too. I threw my change at a. So what happened was I was driving down St. Urban, and what
From
happened
your
was,
window, you threw the change to the
well,
homeless guy.
what happened was there were cops in front of me, and I pulled out change to get, and he comes to get the change. He goes, he sees the cops. He goes, because apparently they get stopped. They're not allowed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they get
Okay.
they're bullies. The police here.
Cops really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. And they get in their business. They go, oh, you're asking for change. Go somewhere else. Blah blah blah. So the guy goes, he goes, throw them. But he asked me to throw the change, right? And I threw the. I go, because I'm in my car, right? I go, and they fall, and everything, like a ton of change just falls, and he goes and he picks it up. And I go, fuck, anybody seeing this? I must look like the most vile human being right now.
pick up the
Here, pick up the fucking change.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Right?
Yeah.
Pick up the fucking change, bro. Anybody's looking.
And you like an idiot when he told you throw it, you didn't decide. Let me just take 2-3 coins and at least the least amount possible.
Yeah.
You just grabbed the whole handful as it was.
Well, no, I had like 8, let's say, 8 coins in my hand. But like, because like now if I don't throw them, I wanted to give it to him, and he asked me to throw them. Now I look like an asshole because I no longer want to give him change.
You know what sucks? Everyone walks. Nobody walks anymore around with cash in their pocket. And the other day we were thinking about this with my wife. Like, what happens now? Who has any spare change now to give to the homeless? Everyone's walking around with cards now with plastic. It's business must be down for the homeless people.
For sure.
They should invest in that.
Well, what you can do is you can get them food. You can help them.
Yeah,
in
well,
other
that's the
ways.
only thing that's left. I mean, you're
know?
coming out with a takeout or from a restaurant, whatever. Just hand over the box. But yeah, do you carry money on you?
When I have to, yeah.
Yeah. Like how often does that happen?
All the time.
Really? You have cash on you
Well, I need to.
for what?
Oh, to pay for parking.
Parking.
Yeah.
Where? Where the fuck did you take cash?
Here.
Oh, down here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Here. Also, I like having cash on me.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah. I love carrying.
I feel like you waste less when you have cash in your pocket. 'cause
I waste
it's
more.
tangible.
I waste more.
What?
Yeah.
No, man. No, because you have it. I remember back in the
No,
day.
because it shows to me. It shows. Oh, if I have money on me, especially like a lot, I'm good. I'm wealthy, bro. I have money. You
No,
understand? So I
for me,
spend
yeah,
more.
for me it's the opposite. For me, it's and especially back in the day when we only had cash, like I would go work, you get your pay for the week or whatever. It's like $300 or whatever it was, and you have that in your pocket, and I have $300. Like you can't waste that whole money until your next pay, right? And it's there. You're aware of what you have and what you're spending. Whereas with a card, you okay, beep beep beep.
Nah.
Have you looked at your bank statement every month? It's like, what the fuck? Just transaction after transaction.
Well, cause yeah.
You okay there?
Sorry.
We're talking about cash in your pocket. Poseidon walks around, he rolls it like it's rolls.
No.
Elastics.
No. I do not have any money on me most of the time.
I don't have any money, period.
But yeah, it's I see what you mean. It's easier to spend. You just tap. Like the other day, I wanted I got iced tea with no sugar, and I was just like $1.70.
I like how you had to mention that it was with no sugar instead
it
of
was
just saying I
healthy.
had an iced tea.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, no, because bro, have you
It's
seen how
important
much-
to mention
Bro,
that
have
it
you
has no
seen?
sugar.
Have you seen how much sugar they put in these fucking drinks, bro?
Yeah, man.
Bro, like 43 grams of sugar.
I
For
used to
a
get-
drink,
yeah.
half of this.
I used to drink ice caps a lot back in the day. And have you seen you've seen how they make it? It's like this paste, and then they have
Yeah.
to go mix it. The amount of sugar.
looks like frozen
oh
shit.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
Might as well just get coffee and like an actual iced coffee.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
What else is in the news, George?
Another badass story coming out of Montreal.
Oh shit!
There's this guy by the name of Alexandre Baudry. Where is he? Where was he living? Anyways, he's in Montreal. He's in the Montreal area, and the DEA in the U.S. was after him. He's apparently one of the biggest exporters of Xanax and other pills to the U.S. There's like a mega drug.
In Montreal?
He lives here, and
Because it's legal here, no, or some shit.
I don't think it's legal to sell drugs through the web there, but I guess in the U.S. it isn't. I have no idea. Maybe it's illegal here too. I have no idea. So yeah, he was considered as a mega exporter, and they caught him because apparently this guy, he's big on the dark web. Everything is done on the dark web. So they've been following him. They've been monitoring him. Everything is obviously done through aliases. So obviously it's not his real name. So they don't know who he is and all that stuff. And he has tens of millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency. And someone broke into his house recently. They beat the fuck out of him so they can get his passwords and his codes to rob him. His cryptocurrency. And so obviously, the police were rushed, the medical services and everything, and it made the news. Some guy was beaten up, and the U.S. saw the picture of this man being beaten up, and look at the picture. He's covered, literally. His head is wrapped with bandages. He's on a stretcher.
Put it up for the camera.
He's wearing which camera is the closest?
That one. Yeah. God damn.
All right, so he's covered entirely, and look how fucked up these guys are in the U.S. So they look at this picture, and don't they zoom in on his necklace? So they look at the necklace, and they realize that that's basically the logo he uses for his alias. So it looks at something like this, kind of like
shit.
like a stupid thing. I don't know, whatever it's called.
Oh shit.
So they're like, wait a minute. We've seen that somewhere, and they identified him because of this. This poor kid. Well, not poor kid. I mean, the guy's a criminal, but he got beaten up. He's rushed to the hospital because of the pictures that were leaked. They identified the necklace. The DEA communicated directly with the police force over here, and he got arrested.
Nah.
This is seriously
But
straight
did they-
out of a fucking movie.
Did they manage to rob him finally though?
I don't know. I don't know. But this guy apparently was a mega exporter. This guy was one of the biggest drug traffickers based out of Montreal. I think he lived in Nuns Island. I think I read somewhere, but I could be wrong.
Makes sense.
Why does it make sense?
That
That's
he
where
lived in
that's where
Nuns-
all the drug traffickers live.
No, but it's all where all the rich people live.
Yeah.
A lot of rich people.
Matthew
live in that
Mahogany probably lives there.
Matthew Mahogany probably lives there.
Matthew Monogamy.
Monogamy, that one's a good one too.
Well, that was the funniest shit ever. So yeah. So there you have it. I just find it's.
You know Benedict Come On Your Back? You know him? You know that actor? Very good actor. He's the wizard in what's it called?
He's Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. There you go.
He's the wizard.
He's the wizard with the flying cape there. Benedict Come On Your Back. Very interesting name.
I'm so sorry to everyone listening. I'm not big on comic books, and I wanted to actually send a message to Pantelis the other day because I saw the new Doctor Strange movie, and he has a third eye. Does he always have a third eye in the comic books? Is that what it is, and they introduced it in the last movie, or is that something else, like completely different? Do you know anything about Doctor Strange? Like whatever
I know
the comic books.
No, from the comic books. No, I know.
Hey, anyone in the chat, whoever's a comic book buff, does Doctor Strange did he always have a third eye?
I think so. I think your third eye needs to be open to do that magic stuff.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, bro.
No, it's new, but it's in the comics. Okay, it was a terrible movie. You didn't like it? I enjoyed it.
Hold on, I'm sending a message to Padeli right now.
Fuck Padeli. Cumberbatch, come on your back. Okay, let's go to Quebec for a second. What's up with this network, the cell? Rogers. Is anyone with Rogers? Apparently, there's a huge.
Yeah, apparently Rogers is down. All the PayPass is down.
This morning,
ATMs
I went to put gas this morning.
What's his face? He dropped $2 in the chat. What the fuck? ATM Interact PayPass are down. So everything's down.
Thank you, Jorge.
$2 reduced. Thank you for the $2. You didn't have to. I was gonna.
Yeah, the Interact is down. I went to put gas this morning and it wasn't working. And then I'm on a group chat with some buddies. We're going playing golf with the weekend. And
hold on, going to the next news story. I'm gonna try and help Padeli here.
What's up with Padeli?
I don't know.
What's wrong? He has no money. He needs money.
Something happened. He needs a tow truck.
Oh shit! I hope he's okay. Yeah. We're moving on. Quebec. The cases are rising. COVID cases are on the rise again once more. Hold on a second. I'm getting messages now too. So the health minister came out and announced that we are officially in a 7th wave. I mean, I don't even know how these guys are keeping count still. So whatever. 7th wave. For the moment, there aren't any restrictions. I don't know if they're going to impose any for the moment. But we had this conversation last Wednesday on the last episode where there's all these weird announcements coming out to the effect that I don't know if you remember the Supreme Court gave reason to the government for authorizing a mandatory vaccination for the workers that are working in the metal field, in the metal industry, and we were talking about with Phil how is this just an indication of what may be coming? Like they're setting up they're setting us up, for what may be coming this fall. Every fall since the very beginning, we've always seen cases kind of surge, and we always kind of expect certain restrictions coming. So far, the Quebec health minister is saying that there won't be any health restrictions that he can foresee. I don't know, guys. I'm honestly tired of talking about this, to be honest with you. I don't know why this is perpetuating. I mean, we're still stuck to that initial 2 weeks. I don't know if you guys remember. We need 2 weeks to drop the curve. It just seems that every time something like this happens, our politicians seem to be surprised. Oh, we weren't expecting this. We thought everything was going well. Our hospitals were back on track. The numbers were down. We seem to have plateaued. And then every single time the cases rise again, everyone seems to be surprised. I honestly don't even know what to say anymore about the COVID situation. I really hope that we don't fall back into a situation where we'll have to stay home, or there'll be restrictions, or we're going to go back to wearing masks, or I don't even know what the hell we're going to have to do. Let's not forget that last week the federal health minister came out, and we spoke about this, I think, in another episode, where he said that you're no longer protected with the vaccines. Well, thank you for that information. That would have been useful like 2 years ago, basically. So yeah, the federal government basically informed us that you're no longer safe with your vaccination, but what counts now is to be updated with the boosters. So for everyone like myself who only has 2 vaccines done and haven't had any booster shots, I'm probably considered not up to date with my booster shots. And essentially what they were saying is that you need to have some sort of vaccination or booster done within a period of 9 months. So this is the window now that they're giving us. If you have done any vaccination or anything within that window, within the 9 months, you should technically be okay. If not, you need to be getting your booster shots and be staying up to date. I don't know why they're distinguishing between vaccination and booster. I mean, the booster shot is a vaccine, basically, or as far as I understand it. So apparently you're not safe anymore if you're vaccinated, but you are safe if you're vaccinated with booster shots, and if you're staying up to date. I don't know, guys. I don't know if anyone else is annoyed about this. I certainly am. But yeah, wear your mask. Listen, Jorge, there's a lot of people that are still wearing masks out there, and it's good for them if they're not feeling safe. I mean, look, wear your mask. I just don't see why we should be enforcing it anymore. And here's the other thing. I mean, on a political level, I mean, after everything that we've been through, this whole COVID situation that caused that whole stir up with the Freedom Convoy, that was a huge mess. Polarized, I think, the Canadian population. And even the politicians, and at all levels, right? We're talking about municipal, provincial, and federal, of course. After everything we've been through, to think that politicians would bring us back at a situation where they would enforce mask mandates and maybe curfews and that sort of thing. And I don't want to say too much over here. I don't want to advance too much into this because obviously we don't know what might happen. But it feels as though any politician that would make a decision like that would be political suicide. People are just fed up. They were looking forward to finally coming back to some sort of normalcy. And it feels as though, and I have a feeling that the politicians know this. So they're like, oh, let's not go into those waters yet. You know what I mean? Let's just avoid that topic. We don't want to aggravate people. There's a provincial election coming up here in Quebec in the beginning of October, which pretty much means that by the end of August, there will be officially in a campaign. And what that means is that now in July, they're already in campaign mode. So the last thing on their mind is to be talking about COVID and getting people aggravated with mandates and restrictions and all that sort of thing. So I don't know. I'm hoping that at least until October, probably nothing will happen in Quebec. But then again, look, if cases go up, is it really a choice that they have? I don't know. In any case, for now, the minister seems to be acknowledging the fact that the cases are still are continuing to rise. We're not putting any new restrictions for the moment. So we'll wait and see, guys. We'll wait and see. But if you're on the chat, let me know. Are you guys staying updated? Have you guys gotten your booster shots? I don't even know what kind of crowd follows this podcast. I'm assuming that you guys are pretty much against this whole thing. But maybe I'm judging. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys have gotten any sort of vaccines, if you're fully vaccinated, if you're up to date with your booster shots, or if pretty much you think it's all BS. I stopped at doses, Jorge. Yeah, I got 2. I got the 2 vaccines that were mandatory back in the day, and mostly for work because of what we do, and I had to have it. But then we got COVID, and I thought, look, I'm safe. And back in the day, there was only 1 booster shot, and we thought that was going to be it, right? There wasn't going to be anything else. And I thought, look, I mean, if I caught COVID, it's kind of like, getting immune. So I didn't get my 3rd dose. And then after that, it became too ridiculous to even consider doing anything. All the news started coming out. People were getting much more information on COVID and how ridiculous the whole thing was. Well, not ridiculous, but what I mean is that, whereas in the beginning they thought that vaccine would bring you up to like a safe level, then we found out that pretty much doesn't, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. Of course, it helps if from what we know, if you do have some sort of vaccine, it probably eases the sickness that you get if you do contract the COVID COVID-19. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I honestly, I just want to spend this summer without having to think about all these things. Just relax, and not have to think about all this thing. I mean, I think we've gotten stressed enough over the last 2 years with everything happening. You know, I don't know. I don't like getting water doses in my veins. Oh man, yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, we don't. I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of things that came out. I remember back in the day about what exactly was in it, or if they were actually injecting you with anything. There were some things that came out to the effect that they were using some placebo stuff. I don't know. Guys, look, I suggest that we don't think about it. Let's enjoy our summer. I don't know if you're able to leave or if you got your passports or if you're stuck in that whole fucking chaos. And you know what? I want to talk about something with respect to the chaos happening with the traveling situation across Canada. Well, actually, it's an international thing, right? It's not only the Canadian, it's not only the airport in Montreal that is seeing this issue. It seems to be happening all over the world, but specifically in Montreal. I mean, it's so freaking chaotic, especially knowing the fact that, well, from what our government officials are saying is that they predicted a rise in passport applications, but they did not foresee the volume. I'm not so sure exactly what the difference is, but that's coming straight from the minister responsible for this file. It's just weird how, in terms of communications, it makes absolutely no sense. You know, they foresaw the increase, but they could not foresee the volume. It's the same thing. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys are following, because what's been happening is that because of this whole airport situation, people, especially the ones that are traveling across Canada, have resorted to taking the train. It's obviously a bit longer, but at least you get your destination. And you don't need a passport. You don't have to go through all that headache. And you get away from Montreal or from wherever you are. Maybe it's not, to Europe or to the south or wherever you may have planned to go, but at least you're getting away. And as soon as that happens, automatically news comes out that the Via Rail union workers are announcing that they very well may go on strike as of Monday. So we don't know what kind of impact that will have. We're talking about close to 2,400 syndicated workers at Via Rail that seem to be headed to a strike as of Monday. How that will impact travel by train, we don't know. As if we don't have enough to worry about. The people that had found an alternate solution to their travel by using the train now are going to have to question on whether or not it's going to have an impact on their plans, and if ever trains are going to just stay stationed. So we don't know this. Let me just take a look at this. If there's any more details on that. Yeah, 2,400 unionized railroad workers going on strike. Basically, it always comes down to salary. They want an increase to match the inflation. For those who have been living under a rock, inflation has been hitting record highs, and I understand that it impacts your daily lives and even businesses around the world. It just sucks. It honestly just sucks. After 2 years, people are finally able to leave to travel, to feel some sort of freedom again. We've been stuck in our backyards and in our homes for so long. And the minute this happens, it just feels like we're being teased. And I'm not saying that this is done on purpose, guys. I'm not getting into conspiracy theories or anything like that. But it just feels at the moment that we're like, you know what, guys? Okay, we seem to be over this.
Somebody say conspiracy theories?
Everything okay there?
Yeah.
What's wrong? Is Pantelis okay?
Bro, it's a shit show.
What happened?
I'm gonna tell you after.
Fuck. Okay. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I was telling everyone that the cases are. We spoke a little bit about COVID and how the cases are back on the rise, and the health minister came out and said, "Look, for the moment, we're acknowledging that there's a rise in cases, but we're not ready to implement any restrictions yet." Obviously, and I was saying, it'd be ridiculous for any government to do something like that, especially when you have an election coming up in October. It'd be nearly political suicide, especially having parties now getting so much more popularity with people that were against the measures, that they were anti-vax or anti-mask or anti-measurements or whatever. You know, like if we regroup all these people, they seem to have kind of regrouped into one kind of political ideology, and it's in the rise. And especially in Quebec, you know, you have the Conservative Party, nothing to do with the federal Conservative Party with Pierre Poilievre and all those guys running for their leadership. Completely different party, same name, but they seem to have gathered all those, you know, all that current of people that are against these measures, and they're rising. So politically, it feels that if Legault were to come out and say, yeah, we're imposing measures again, it would just lift up the numbers for another party that is running against him in the current elections. But at the same time, if it gets to the point where you need to make these decisions, I don't think it's up to you. You know, I really hope that.
But why are we still talking about COVID, bro?
Because it came out in the news, and you know we talked about it last episode.
Fuck the news, bro. This is how they get people
Fuck
to
the news. This is what this
bro,
show
this is
is
how
all
they get
about.
people to fucking comply, bro. Is they get people to, they put out in the news, they get people talking about it, bro. It doesn't fucking matter anymore, bro.
No, we
it's a
were saying
fucking cold.
There's a bunch of articles coming out now. It seems as though they're setting the stage for something that's coming.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They told us last week that you're no longer safe with your vaccines. You just need to stay up to date, which for me is the same thing. I mean, you know, why don't you tell people get vaccinated? It's all about, you know, it's all about the language that you use, right? Instead of saying you got to get vaccinated, no, it's not. You're not getting vaccinated, but you need to maintain. You need to be up to date with your booster shots, dude. It's a fucking vaccine. Just keep saying get vaccinated. Anyway. So you have all these articles that are coming out now, and now this. It just, for me, the way I see it is just: are you preparing something? Are you trying to leak certain things in order to get us prepared so we don't get shocked and surprised come September that the mask mandates are reinforced or curfews or whatever the fuck it will be?
I'm no longer going to abide.
That well, I don't know about that there, but that's what I said. I just am so
fuck off,
fucking
bro.
tired of you know this whole thing, especially now where we got like some sense of freedom again and we're allowed to move, and that's where I bounce to the fact that people were allowed to travel again, obviously, and it's chaos in the airports, and you know the situation is completely out of control. To the point where people had started thinking of alternate ways of travel, especially with trains, right? And especially if it's across Canada or even in the U.S., actually, you need your passport. But across Quebec or Canada, whatever, and people were starting to buy tickets with Via Rail. And as soon as this happens, there's news that came out yesterday that the union workers at Via Rail announced that possibly on Monday they'll go on strike. It's just one chain effect, you know what I mean? After the other, it's like, oh yeah, okay, airports are closed. Okay, yeah, you're coming back. We're seeing sales go up in our train tickets. We need more money. I hate unions, and you know I'm sensitive to the work that these people have to do. And yes, maybe things are harder because of inflation, and maybe you have a bigger work volume because of people that are traveling much more now with trains than you know they would be normally this season. But why are you taking advantage of a situation to just immediately ask for money? And, you know, I don't know, man. I'm just, again, I'm going to repeat it. I'm not a big union guy. I just don't understand how you take advantage of certain situations. Just understand the other person that has gone through fucking hell, and you're putting him even deeper into hell because of whatever idea or whatever ultimate goal that you want to achieve, which obviously is always related to money. It's just frustrating. It's really frustrating. So let's see if everything could be resolved. Mostly because I want people to get away, man. Just fucking chill. We've been locked in our houses for 2 years. Finally, we're able to move. Yeah, they fucked up in the airports. Yes, Justin Trudeau screwed up with the passport shit. So, you know, people are using their brain. They're like, you know what, screw it. Let's travel by train. And then you're falling on you're falling onto another stumbling block. You know what I mean? I just want people to be happy, man. I just want people to honestly fucking relax and get away, because we've been, you know, we've had this thirst for travel for fucking 2 years now. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Carry again.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone's following, if anyone in the chat is planning on traveling by train. And if you're worried, I don't know. Feels like walking around with your zipper open. Oh, jeez. Anyway, Moving on. I don't know, guys. Look, if you're traveling by train or if you have plans to travel by train, follow the situation closely because there may be a possibility next week that who knows what might happen. Maybe train rides will start getting canceled. Fuck, I don't know. Jeez, man. What a mess. What a fucking mess. Let me see what else I have for you guys. Oh yeah, the UK. This has been in the works for quite a few months now, guys. With the UK Prime Minister in hot water. Can you say that in English? I use a lot of French expressions, translate them to English. The British Prime Minister has been in trouble for such a long time, and he's been getting pressured so much from his own cabinet. There's been a bunch of people resigning from ministerial cabinet posts. He's lost complete control of his caucus, and there's been people forcing him to step down as the Prime Minister. And then earlier this week, I think his finance minister stepped down, which is a huge deal, right? I mean, technically, when we're talking about international, at a federal level, you have the prime minister, and then normally your number two is your foreign affairs, and then I would put the finance minister up there as probably third, and maybe even second, sometimes depending. But in any case, huge move. I mean, your finance minister resigns, and I believe on Tuesday there was let me just get to the news over here. So yeah, on Tuesday there was a bunch of them that met up at the prime minister's residence in London to pretty much force him to resign, and that's exactly what he did. I think he resigned yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So he stepped down. He came out and announced that he's resigning. It's funny because his speech wasn't a speech, the traditional speech of any politician resigning or stepping down or calling it quits or whatever you want to call it. It was, I don't know, it felt almost jovial, right? He came out and like completely insensitive, and obviously he mentioned everything that they did, so that's pretty standard. Obviously, I mean, they come out and they highlight everything that they've done since they've been there in that position as a prime minister. So the thing right now is, so what's going to happen is that he's still going to stay as the UK prime minister. Basically, what happened is that he resigned as the leader of his party, but since he was elected prime minister, he's going to stay there until the next one is elected. So obviously, I don't think there's going to be any elections. What's going to happen is that his party, which I think is the Conservative Party, is going to have a leadership race, and then the new leader automatically will become the new prime minister. And this normally should happen by September, I think, or by September they should. Let me just read quick here. Yeah, this is going to be by mid-September. The party's going to announce the new leader and therefore the new prime minister. What I find amazing in this situation is, and this is the first time that I see this, and this apparently is in the Constitution there, where your own caucus can vote you out. And no one had heard of this. And because Canada is the same, we have the same parliamentary system, we saw that happening with O'Toole. I don't know if you guys remember. The reason why there's a leadership race now with the Conservative Party here in Canada is because O'Toole was thrown out by his own caucus, and I had never seen that happen ever before. And a lot of people think that the Canadian Conservative caucus members were inspired by what happened in England, actually, with Prime Minister Boris Johnson. And they kind of copy pasted that whole thing here in Canada, and they got O'Toole kicked out. And but he managed to cling on to power for a couple of months.
We have to close the show in 10 minutes.
Why? Is that bad?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up.
He can't take his car. No, his car's fucked up. His phone's not working.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, all that to say that Boris Johnson stepped down. There's going to be a new leader coming up by September. Is there anything important that I want to bring in quick. Yeah, the rest is all like fluffy news.
So what does this mean for the assassination of the Japanese prime minister?
Well, look, I don't know. Obviously,
A new war? Was this war? Was
no,
this,
there's no war. It's a
He said-
the
the guy said he wasn't politically motivated though.
How can you not be politically motivated when you're assassinating
what
a
I
guy
said. I
that
thought
is
the same
speaking
thing.
publicly at a
I thought the same thing. Maybe the guy fucked his wife. I don't know.
Political convention. No, this is obviously politically motivated. Someone that ideologically is against them. And even though Shinzo Abe had, resigned.
Well, that's a lot of porn tabs you have open.
Yeah, a lot of porn tabs. Yeah. So even though he had resigned, he still remained a very influential person in Japanese in the politics in Japan, and it's not uncommon for former prime ministers or presidents or premiers to make an appearance during an election and to support his or her party.
Yeah.
We see that in the U.S. all the time. The former presidents come out and support their party. We see it here in Canada as well. So that's not something that we haven't seen before. It's just very sad. That's all it is. So Anyway,
Nah, I think there was some personal beef there.
I don't think so, man. I think
don't
it's
think
just
so?
some psycho that had politically motivated, ideologically against him.
But man, that is a lot of
And,
hard work. You have to make a makeshift gun.
I don't think it was a makeshift gun. I
Okay,
just
or you
think
have to take a gun
I just
and you
think
gotta
he
make
hit
it-
it very well.
Yeah, you gotta make
The
it look like
question now that
camera lens.
remains is the security detail. I mean, how safe how secure was the
Well,
location?
I think Japan is a very safe country in general, so I don't think they saw that
it's not
coming.
about the safety of the country. It's about
No,
the
what I'm- that's
protection
not what I'm talking
around
about.
their politicians. I mean,
That's
how
not
could
what
they
I'm talking
have?
about. Japan is a very, very safe country in general. Crimes don't happen that much, and people are very respectful of the
I
laws.
think the
in
security
Japan.
detail definitely slipped up. Look, I've seen when premiers or prime ministers visit, the amount of fucking security and checking
that's here.
that's everywhere, man.
Yeah.
And it's Japan. It's not like a third world country, right?
No, Japan too. They have security, but Japan isn't a dangerous country. You're not expecting.
No,
someone-
usually it's cordoned off. You don't have access that easily to like whatever they consider the danger zone where
Yeah.
this sort of thing could happen, right? I mean, and usually they have advanced teams that they double check everything, and I don't know. I mean, there's definitely probably gonna be an investigation into how that happened.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you've seen it when Trudeau comes to the parade. The amount of fucking crazy security that goes on there on Jean Talon. You have fucking snipers on the rooftops. You have certain buildings that are higher that need to be evacuated. Like, it's crazy. You have
Nah.
police officers on bicycles going around. Anyway, all that to say that we'll be wrapping it up earlier. Enjoy your Friday. Thank you for tuning in like you always do. We do
Yeah, hold on,
appreciate it.
Let me go.
Go on the main console so we can close off the show. Reminder to get your tickets. Follow patreon.com/Pantelis. And if you're here this summer, definitely go out there and get your tickets for Pantelis' show. Remind everyone where he's at again, the dates, Poseidon.
Hold on, it won't restart the song. I have to figure this out. Anyways,
Okay,
21st and 23rd of July, it's the Pantelis' hour in French, Le Dernier des Vrais. And then if you want Les Rebelles, it's on the 28th of July. It's the French Nancy Show. Go on panteliscomedy.com, click on dates, motherfuckers. We got to tune out earlier today. Thank you guys for listening. We're very sorry. And
We'll see you all next week. Take care. Enjoy your weekend.
eat my ass, bitch.